Over the last 3.5 years, I have had the great pleasure to travel Austria from the Bodensee to the Neusiedlersee and back, time and time again. Along the way, I have met the most amazing, ingenious, and generous people. I've met with politicians and CEOs, entrepreneurs and opera singers. I have immersed myself in art, been overwhelmed by orchestras, and stared in wonder as scene after scene unfolded before me upon the stage. One day, I sat alone in a dark room deep inside the Leopold Museum, a room lit only by the neon glow of the words, "More solitude." I sat alone in Tracy Emin's thoughtful glow and was overwhelmed by the raw authenticity of Egon Schiele's work. One afternoon, I celebrated winter with the staff at Burton Snowboard, recalling scores of my own fondest memories from your fabled slopes. We reminisced about the childlike moments of happiness that we all experience on the mountains. Sun on our faces, that taste of freedom and singular accomplishment. That moment of giddy doubt, however hesitant, at the top of a steep run. And then, one cold morning, I woke up to the bleakness of Mauthausen, and I held tight to a survivor's hand. But when I watched him embrace one of his liberators in a fit of thankful tears, that gloom faded. I had experienced the same unforgettable warmth of spirit in Rudolf Sarkozy's firm embrace. And as I watched the scene play out, I myself was liberated. We have come so far together. We have achieved so much together. And even though my time in Austria is coming to a close, there's so much more ahead of us that I can't help but feel a bit wistful. Therefore, let me leave you with this. Possibly the greatest pleasure of being ambassador has been the opportunity to meet thousands of you in person, young and old, in cities and on mountains, in remote villages nestled alongside crystal lakes, on pristine factory floors and in hip co-working spaces, even among rows of apple trees on small farms. Early on, I planted a tree in Austria. It wasn't an apple tree, but a dogwood, a symbol of Virginia, where I was born. At the time, I hoped its roots would grow deep into Austrian soil, just as I hoped my own family would take root here. These roots, I thought, would support the graceful boughs and beautiful blossoms for which Virginia dogwoods are famous. And I hoped my children would be enriched by this time in Austria and grow into grace themselves. My children have since lived much of their lives here in Vienna, warmly embraced by Austrian friends, neighbors, and schools. And they have grown roots here, deep roots. And in doing so, they have blossomed. I could not be more grateful to you for this, and I take great comfort in knowing that Austria will always be their second home. You have left an impression on me, Austria. I came to you with open arms and impossibly high expectations, and you did not disappoint. Thank you for welcoming me with such enthusiasm and caring for me with such charm. I truly believe our brightest future is one in which we continue to treat each other with that same grace, where we work together and offer each other support in hard times. A future where we stand together to defend the values we both hold so deeply. Peace, prosperity, and security, democracy and rule of law, a universal respect for one another, and a belief in the unstoppable propensity and endless creativity of the human spirit. I am so proud to have served you, worked alongside you, and celebrated with you these last 3.5 years. Auf Wiedersehen, Österreich. Du wirst immer ein verlässlicher Partner der Vereinigten Staaten bleiben. Du bist das kulturelle Herz Europas und du bist zu meiner zweiten Heimat geworden. Danke für die wundervollen 3,5 Jahre in meinem Leben.